First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Chakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach them well. Taught us this true shalom to the elect. 144,000. First and foremost, pushing this truth in all sincerity in the four quarters of the earth. Yeah, my brothers to Yakonan coming at you. All right, with another video, and Lord willing, it's edifying, brother. Put off in the chat about this bison, this buffalo, that flipped this Edomite, what appears to be an Edomite. And, he just looked all hot and bothered, like he might have been like, ready to mate or something. He was just maybe in a territorial mode. And, the Edomites kind of lingered around too long, man. And one of them got his ass flipped. It was a beautiful sight to see. And, the first thing that come to my mind is the scripture. So this is Proverbs 12 and 10. It reads, of course, I can't get to it now. Proverbs 12 and 10, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Of course, I bring that out because there's another picture. It's like an 1800 picture taken in the 1800s of this Edomite. And I think another one, the one at the base of this mountain of buffalo heads. I mean, it's just, I don't know how many feet up in the air. I don't know, it appears to be like, if I was guessing, maybe, I don't know, buffalo heads, man. And then at the tippy top, you got another Edomite at the top, And that's what they do, man. They're wasters, man. Esau's name goes to the Hebrew word Ishashua, which is wasted away is he. He's the great waster. I always say it. He's got the death touch, all right? He's clean contrary to Jacob. You Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we are more of a righteous, we are the righteous seed. But right now, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Esau, Edom is ruling the world right now. And what do you get when you got the wicked ruling the world? You get the people mourning, all right? And then you get a lot of death. And then they blanket it with their witchcraft and their media to try to spin it and make it look like, okay, but, you got people over here having a great time. But really, behind the scenes, you pull the curtain back, it's all kinds of death. So, it says a righteous man, that would be Jacob. That would be you Israelites, man, when you're in your right mind. And so that's what the kingdom of heaven is for, man. For Israelites, as I say, second Ezra 6 and 9, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. There's a new world going to come. And scriptures speak about how this world is how they put light for dark and dark for light. Right? It's upside down. It needs new rulership. So when the kingdom of heaven comes, that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a righteous rulership, regarding the life of his beast, man. So much so to where I believe they say even the lion will lay down with the lamb. It's going to be totally different to the effect of where we can barely even comprehend how that is going to actually be. I struggle to even, I can try to use my imagination all I want, but hey, we still here in the flesh. We still in Babylon the Great under this wicked man's rulership. We got to deal with this shit every day. So, our conversation being in the heavens, we got our mind in one place. We've taken our minds out of the world. That's how the scriptures speak about, scriptures speak about leaving, not being a part of this world, leaving this world. So we filter everything that we see, taste, touch, hear, consume, whatever have you, through the scriptures, man, and try to follow what the scriptures tell us to do as far as walking in a physical realm. We don't eat abominations, swine, bacon, lobster, shrimp, cat, rat, dog. We don't do those things, man. No adultery, sleeping with another man's wife. We don't do these things. We try to walk that line to the best of our ability, man. That's what you call a straight gate, man. Scriptures speak about the straight gate. Straight meaning a level of difficulty. So let's read it in NLT, Proverbs 12 and 10. The godly care for their animals, The godly care for their animals, but the wicked are always cruel. All right? AMP. A righteous man has, uh, AMP. A righteous man has kind regard for the life of his animal, but even the compassion of the wicked is cruel. So even, these Edomites in their compassionate state, if you want to call it, is cruel. They always got some shit up their sleeve, man. Scriptures speak about never trusting your enemy. You can see that with that Nolan dude, man. Jay going crazy. Don't understand. Don't let your sons and daughters, go out to strange ass places, with a bunch of damn Edomites. Jake. But anyways, ultimately that's judgment. But anyways, this is let me see. Let's grab. No, not yet. I wanted to get something else before I got there. All right, well, let's go to Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead, and that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name. The name is very important. IUIC, flirting with the name, playing games. All right. Like the apostle said, the name is in the book over 7,000 times. You would think that the Lord would give his name to us in these last days. Especially how the scriptures speak about it. How the Lord says, I'm gonna do this for my name's sake, just to let everybody know that I'm the man here. I'm the guy. I'm the most high. All right. It says, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, those are the Israelites, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Right. So that's how you Edomites gonna get destroyed, man. You're gonna get destroyed. Why? Because you touched the apple of the Lord's eye, the Israelites, and then, you're really just made for it anyways. Your vessel's fit for destruction. And then, of course, what we're going into here, just highlighting a part of your destructive way. You destroy the earth, man. You destroy the earth. And you got to get judged for that. Let's go to, I'll try to read through it real quick. Let me see. Try to read through this real quick. Because this is who we're dealing with, man. Wisdom of Solomon, 2nd chapter, starting at the top. For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. This is the Edomite. This is the wicked speaking, man. All right? It says, for we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and a little spark in the moving of our heart. So you can feel the angst and the anxiety and the rush manner of this devil, man. You've seen that with Jacob and Esau, when he had to have that red porridge, so he sold his birthright. It says, verse 3, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air. And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as a trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again. Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. And you see that, man. You see that pile of buffalo heads, man. They did that so quick, man. It damn near put the buffalo to extinction, and many other creatures, and many, many other things. All right, it says, verse 7, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. You know, this is that hasty spirit that Esau has, man. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness, right? You know, it just brings to mind Revelation 18 chapter, that whore that was just decked out in decadence, man. You know, purple and scarlet, all right? Babylon the Great, America. It says, let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. Let us oppress the poor, righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. You Israelites, you don't get no love, whether you be a widow or old ass dude. It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Yeah, they don't have no love for anything that's crippled, maimed, or anything like that. They gonna squeeze the juice out of your ass. Verse 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn. He is clean contrary to our doings. He upbraideth us with our offending the law, and objecteth to our infamy, the transgressings of our teachings, of our education. So like, yeah. So yeah, man. He obviously this guy is just clean contrary to you Israelites, man. All right, to us Israelites. So ultimately, he's going to get judged. All right, this whore is going to get judged. All right, she's going to get burnt up. Revelation, and the whore being Babylon the Great, America, and many other, and portions over there in the Middle East. You know, Israel, that place is going to get burnt up too, man. Cleansed by nuclear fire. Revelation 17 and 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. 10 horns being NATO and the EU. All right, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. That's going into the nukes. Kaboom, kabam. Right, Obadiah. All right. 1 and 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. So all these heathen going to get judged for touching the apple of the Lord's eye. They're all confederate against you Israelites. Psalms, the 83rd chapter. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, ye the Israelites, so shall all the heathen drink continually. They shall drink, and they shall swallow down. They shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob is the point, Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. You see? So you're going to get burnt up, man. Judgment. You know, and that's prophecy. You know? So that's the point A. Lord willing, I was edifying, giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Chakodash, Shalom to you, elect.